Stop telling me to go meet someone in the wild when I go in the wild and someone will be staring at me the whole entire night and won't come say hi. How many more times is that going to happen? How many more times am I going to be in the bar, playing pool, at the coffee shop, on a walk, and I will be staring down another person who is staring me down, smiling across the table, whatever, and you don't come say hi? Oh my gosh. What am I meant to do, you guys? Am I gonna have, like, we always have to make the first move or something? Because, like, oh my gosh.
Okay, I don't know who needs to hear this, but guys, shoot your shot. You act like us ladies are literally going to cast a spell on you. We're like literally start screaming at the top of our lungs when you guys approach us.
I'm literally shaking. A male approached me in a parking lot. He's, "Excuse me, miss," and I don't know why in the hell he was approaching me or what he was trying to do. And I turned around and I literally yelled at him and I said, "Do not approach me. No male should ever approach a woman in a parking lot, ever."
But I see your point. Go ahead.
I was in Whole Foods yesterday and I saw this super attractive guy and I knew him from somewhere and I could not pinpoint where I knew him. Anyways, he was super attractive and I know he thought I was too because, I mean, who wouldn't? No, I'm just joking. But I kept like watching him stare a little out of the corner of my eye and like we would catch each other at the end of an aisle and every single time he would like laugh and do this like cute little like smile. So I was waiting for him to literally just come up to me and say something like, "Hey, like, what's your name? You look familiar," or like, "Can I get your phone number?" So at the end of my Whole Foods excursion, I ended up leaving with $120 of a gallon of milk and a bag of chips and no cute guy's phone number. Honestly, what happened to guys just coming up to us and using some cringy pickup line and asking for our phone numbers? Maybe I'm just a traditional kind of gal, but I mean, that sounds fun to me. And I'm more likely to give you my phone number just because you have the balls to do it. Like, you guys need to learn it's okay to be rejected. Like, take it as constructive criticism. Honestly, stop letting the fear of rejection overpower you from like even approaching women. Anyways, moral of the story, Circa ended up matching me with that same guy later that night. We're going on a date tomorrow and I'm so excited. It's funny because he's literally my best friend's boyfriend's cousin. I swear I knew him, but I guess Circa found him in my mutuals contacts, which is so cool. That's why I freaking love this app.
Guys, these guys. Excuse me, guys. Are any of you guys single and looking for a wife at all?
Yeah, you're totally the wrong.
Rejected.
Get ready with me to go find a husband. I'm gonna play a little music while I'm getting ready, but yeah, I'm gonna go find a husband today. I might not be successful, but we're gonna try. I'm also trying to figure out where I'm gonna find a husband at. I would go to like a Home Depot or something, but I don't want to go to Home Depot and I don't need anything.
Some say that chivalry is dead, but I say you can be chivalrous and a feminist at the same time. See? A thank you would be nice. Hi, my name is Jerm Hoff. I've been married for 12 years and I am a feminist. You know, a lot of men have trouble saying that they're a feminist because they think it's emasculating or something, but not me. I believe that men and women are equal. Anything I can do, my wife can do too. The idea that just because I have testosterone, I'm better at things is reductive, and quite frankly, it's insulting. Honey, you get that tire changed yet? I'm meeting the guys for a brewski in about 20 minutes, so if we could move that along, that'd be fantastic.
Okay, I have a question for all of the single straight men. What are you doing? Because every single day, I walk out of my front door to the most beautiful, gorgeous, just goddesses of women walking around living their best life like they're just not heaven on earth. So what are you doing? Why are you fumbling the bag? Why are you single? Why are you not just snatching up all of these amazing, beautiful, smart, educated, sexy women? Because they're everywhere I look.
Well, I think you're only looking at it from one side of the floor. Y'all are not as great as y'all think y'all are. That's why nobody wants to be bothered with you.
You and your ex break up.
I got my dream job and I said bye.
So you got your dream job and you said bye?
Yeah. Huh? No, that's rude. No one deserves that.
Hello.
Do I deserve more or less?
Are you a man or a woman?
I'm asking you.
Well, probably less.
Even now, when my voice is lower than yours?
Even less now.
That you're not welcome on campus, prick.
Oh, look at this guy. Nice jorts.
Do you know who invented Wi-Fi?
Let me guess, a woman?
Well, yeah. So if it wasn't for a woman, your podcast, you wouldn't have one, and it wouldn't have gotten demonetized.
And we do direct connect on our pod, so
I don't care.
Wi-Fi is now it's I don't care. Okay, great.
Hello, sir.
Make sure to hit the gym as well.
Hey, hi. Would you like to have an actual conversation?
This is exactly what I'm talking about. I teach guys to avoid women like you, as a matter of fact.
Thank you. Stay away
Yeah,
from me.
yeah. Well, I don't know. You should be in the kitchen somewhere, but it's fine. We'll have this discussion.
I ain't gonna lie. Myron cooked him on this one.
Don't even think about it. All right? Don't even think about it. It's not happening. They tried to get my number, and I immediately said no. Go away.
I be tired of getting called intimidated because we don't be liking some of y'all. I ain't saying it's all women. I would never say that. What I will say is that I think a good amount of women hate when men lead with their accomplishments, lead with their material, lead with their position in life. And because we all learn success from the same model, some women do that too. Shorty, I don't give a about most of that you talking about. You're not likable. Them last 8 years in college is all the personality you got. It's all the you talking campus still, Shorty. You don't like I'm not trying to take away from what anyone has accomplished. It's just to say that like some people really are lack self-awareness and think because they've accomplished so much on paper that translate to being a good person in everybody else's life, and it don't. It does not. Being accomplished does not make you likable. They don't even
spend on a first date.
Well, I feel like there should be like a minimum, but not a most. If you want to go, beyond, that's on you. But like a minimum, I feel like if I'm going to get ready and I'm going to use all my products to come out with you, I need like a minimum of $200. A minimum. And that's like being nice.
And what does the man get in return for that?
My presence?
But aren't you having his presence within you already?
I hear you, but no. No. I mean, like, I'm here to get to know you. I'm here to get to know you. You invited me out.
But he has to drop $200.
Yeah. Because
minimum.
Yeah. Because you invited me out.
Just because you have to do your makeup?
Because I have to. Okay. So we're going to do the math. My moisturizer is $400. My eye cream is $300. My serum is like another $300. My makeup, not included. So if I have to spend, that's my money. I'm spending my money on these products. I'm going to use these products.
What are you using them for, though?
For myself.
Okay.
But I'm going to use these products and I'm going to show up because it's not like I'm going to show up in sweats.
The man doesn't owe you anything if you're just getting to know each other.
If you're inviting me out, you owe me a date.
How about you just come over and drink wine and let's watch Netflix?
I'm not your friend. I'm not, no.
You got these women being raised to be just entitled, like they're owed something for just showing up. I showed up, I'm owed something. I showed up on this date, you owe me a meal. You owe me entertainment. You owe me all this stuff. And what they do is they try to mitigate the man. They try to neuter him. They try to keep him controlled. And they put ice on the wings. And every time that guy tries to go and do some level up, you're gone too much. Blah, blah. It's met with some sort of criticism and some sort of frustration. And so you got these two different things. So the first thing as a man you got to understand is you got to, if you're not already in a relationship, you got to decide whether you're dealing with a princess. And if you're dealing with a princess, she's going to turn into a when you get married. She's going to be a tyrant. Or are you dealing with a pioneer woman, a girl that's ready to take the hits with you? She's ready to go to war for you. She's going to freaking fight with you. She's going to put you back together. And I'll tell you, that's why a lot of dudes are leaving and going to other countries right now to try and find those type of traditional women. Because the women in the States right now are being raised without accountability. They're being raised like they're princesses, and they're being conditioned to be entitled for doing nothing. Just by existing, they're owed.
The catch is that they think they actually are owed something. And when the men don't acquiesce, they call them sassy.
Something.
You promised me in my birthday day you are going to buy me the handbag of Chanel.
Sorry?
Do you remember when you promised me at my birthday you are going to give me the Chanel bag?
Okay, but that's when we were together, love. Like, you broke up with me?
Yeah, but a promise is a promise.
Okay, so what do you want?
I came here to get my handbag.
Your handbag? Yeah, but we broke up 6 months ago.
Doesn't matter. We break up 6 months ago. You told me in my birthday you are going to give me the handbag.
Yeah, when we were together. We're not together anymore, so it doesn't matter. Like, we're not together anymore, so why? Yeah, like, I don't understand why you're here.
If we are together or not together, that doesn't matter. But you make a promise, and I always keep my word when I'm say something, and you should do too. You told me you are going to give me in my birthday the handbag.
Yeah,
So
I
can
said
we
that I'll get you a handbag when we were like boyfriend and girlfriend. We're not together anymore. We're not in anything anymore. So, but now you've come to me in my house saying to me, "Hey, where's my bag?"
Of course.
What do you mean, of
Che
course?
faccio? La figura della pezzente?
Sorry?
Mi dici delle cose e poi non le fai?
Love, it's your birthday. Go spend it with your family. Go spend it with your friends. I don't care. Just
Yes,
not with me.
I will do
You
that later on, but now I come to collect my gift because you promised me a gift for my birthday. I come to take my gift so I can go
what
to the
gift?
party.
We're broken up.
Come back.
We're broken up. We're broken up. It's like me saying to you, no, hold on a minute, yeah, hold on a minute, yeah, here, yeah, sunshine, yeah, hold on a minute, here, yeah, love, yeah. It's like me saying to you, you promised me commitment in our relationship, but then you said, oh, no, I want to break up from the relationship. No, it doesn't work like that. Cool, you broke up from the relationship with me, that's fine. I moved on. But now you can't come to my house saying, oh, where's my bag? Life doesn't work like that.
If I say something, even if we break up, I'm still keeping my word. Mica sono come te.
No, but because at the start of that relationship, you made a word to commit to the relationship. So if you can't commit to the relationship, then you can't commit to the rewards from the relationship.
No,
So there's no bag.
You are keeping the word. Listen, I don't have the time to waste with you.
I'm looking for a husband. I'm old. I'm 41. I'm obviously looking for a husband.
I've had it. I no longer want to have any standards. If my man works at a gas station with no degree, no problem. He doesn't even have to have a GED at this point.
I need a man. Yep. I need a man.
Women feel like we don't need men anymore because we don't need men. Our grandmothers acted like...
I really don't think these modern women know just how insufferable they are. Like, at some point, quit talking.
I don't need a man. I don't need.
You don't need a man. I realize that I don't need no man. I don't need no man.
Meanwhile,
How many women does it take to put a spare tire on a car?
But wait, there's more.
Yo, really?
Seriously, this can't be my life, bro.
Really?
This
You can't put air.
Oh,
It's
not even going nowhere.
A few years ago, I thought that I had it all, and there was something missing from my life. So I ended things with the guy who treated me like a princess, and
Men are the problem.
Men.
Men leave
Are men trash?
men or a bear.
It's because a man
done did something.
Men have the hardest job in keeping women happy. You can't let us get too hot or too cold. You got to make sure you have a little snacky so that we don't get hangry. We love it when you're a cute, funny, naughty, not a creepy pervert. We want you to support and take care of us, but know that we are strong, independent women and we can take care of ourselves. There is always such a fine fucking line, and you never know if you're on the right side of it, because if you get it right, we change all the rules. Men are the easiest creatures to keep happy. You gotta feed them and appreciate them.
Modern men have no courage.
Oh? Do tell.
Courage is something men used to pride themselves in. It was lumped into chivalry, part of being a man.
Anyone willing to bet this is about modern dating?
Now you don't even have the courage to go talk to a girl?
Ooh, it's fun to be right.
None of you are approaching women.
Why should they? There's countless videos out there of women telling men to leave them alone, and men are actually listening. And now some seem upset about that.
None of you seem confident.
How could they possibly be confident? What is considered to be the bare minimum and the requirements that some women have for dating keep shifting on a daily basis, from the unreasonable to the outlandish.
And coming from a girl, I swear to you, all it takes is a little bit of courage to stand out. Yes, the gym is going to help. Yes, fashion is going to help. Yes, you need to be a good man. But none of that is going to matter if you're not willing to put yourself out there.
The biggest thing that one isn't taking into account here is that a lot of men are just tired of all the games. They would actually just prefer the peace of being single.
Are you going to fail on many approaches? Absolutely. But who cares? I know it hurts, but what else are you going to do?
They're going to sit happily at home, not having to worry about if they're tall enough, if they make enough money, or most importantly, who's cheating on them.
So much more control over your own destiny here. I'm too short. I'm too poor. Modern women aren't worth it. Feminism ruined everything. Are just a bunch of lame cop-out excuses.
But are they? All this is really telling me is that ultimately, a lot of women really don't understand most men, and it shows.
Men have been trying to keep up, but this goalpost just keeps moving. It just keeps switching. And after a point in time, a man was like, you know what? Y'all got it. I'm going to stay single.
Your wife can spend more than you make, like you need to make more monies. 150, maybe to 250,000 a year would be comfortable for sure. The more the merrier. But
300,000, like I guess if they made less than that, I feel like we wouldn't have the lifestyle I wanted, so I would work. Like life's expensive.
Anywhere from 70 to 100K. I would have to say 127, $500,000. Is that bad?
Probably 150 to $250,000 a year.
Ideally, my husband needs to be making like 650,000.
Yeah, this generation is cooked.
I don't know if anybody else noticed this, but Ayesha Curry is putting in maximum effort to let the world know that she is struggling with trying not to cheat on her husband. And because she can just smell an opportunity to embarrass this man, because she gets on every interview telling everybody about just how frustrated she is with his success, how frustrated she is that women desire him, how much she wished it was her being lusted after by people who don't give a f about her, how desperately she wants to get attention from other men, how locked down she feels with the kids. Every interview she goes on, she unwarrantedly forces us to listen to her vent about her not wanting to be with her husband. She wants to go be Glorilla or something. Like, we get it, bro. Just go drop an album or something. Like, stop embarrassing this man, bro. It's getting pathetic. Oh my God, Steph, you're right. I'm so sorry. I should never speak on another man's marriage, and I should learn to have more respect for people's sacred bonds, and I never should have spoke out of turn. That was so sassy of me. Is exactly what I would say if I was a lame ass nigga. My brother in Christ, did you tell your wife she was one of the worst when she was taking her wedding ring off for male strippers for millions of people to see on nationally televised interviews? Did you call your wife the worst when she said that she really wasn't even interested in you until you made it to the NBA in the first place? Listen, then you got all these women jumped in the comments talking about oh, he's not a husband. He's speaking on another man's marriage. This is so sassy. So what was it when y'all was speaking on Cardi B's marriage before she found out Offset was cheating? I thought that ain't that weird of y'all to be speaking on somebody else's marriage, worried about what somebody else is doing. But this married lady can flirt with a male stripper and take her wedding ring off and pretend like she's gonna go home with him, and that's just all. And he's fine with it, so we can't say anything. I don't give a. I'm from 7 Mile. I don't give a fuck about that weak ass shit y'all talking about. Go stream Bookie Woods, nigga. Look at this grown ass woman dressed like Northwest, and I'm the problem. Give it a break, bro. Like, what are we talking about, gang? Grown as hell, somebody wife looking like a 16-year-old groupie. Like, come on, stop it, bro. I'm not the issue for speaking on some blatant disrespect that I see. Go check your wife, bro.
Something that really bothers me and like honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that, yeah, like there are all these women like throwing themselves. But me, like the past 10 years, like I don't have any of that. Like I have zero, this sounds weird, but like male attention. Because I don't want it, but it would be nice to know that like someone's looking.
Oh, all right, Aisha. I think it's time for a drink. What do you say?
Absolutely.
Yes, we get to drink. Marcel?
Marcel. Oh, mercy.
So yeah, don't listen to me. I ain't talking about shit. There's no culture of women putting their husbands through humiliation rituals. There's no culture of women being able to freely express wanting to cheat on their husbands with giving innuendos and signs that they desire to be lusted after by men who literally don't care about them. That doesn't exist. It's not cool for women to flirt with the idea of infidelity in marriages. That's all right. Yeah, bro. Y'all, you cannot look at me in my face and tell me this is a problem. Y'all remember when Simone Biles' husband was on there saying that he didn't know who she was and all that, and the women just attacked him. He was just, they were calling him Mr. Biles, and Simone Biles had to come to the internet and defend her husband and say, hey, he didn't mean anything by this. He was just, but let them tell her this is something totally different.
I mean, instead of checking your woman, your lady, and saying, hey, maybe you don't have to do that. You out here trying to check other men, and your wife is literally asking for the attention of other men. How cringe is that?
I think it's the funniest thing ever. Sorry, I also just turned off my AC. I think it's the funniest thing ever when men go to coffee shops and they order like the most insane drinks ever. What do you mean you want an iced cookie crumble vanilla latte with cold foam and extra caramel drizzle? Do you want a tampon with that too? Like whatever happened to black coffee? Whatever happened to no cream, no sugar? I just drink my coffee black. Or like, like iced coffee is really, really like pushing it already, but anything else is insane. It is. Why do you even know what cold foam is? Why do you even know what extra caramel drizzle is? Why do you know what a venti is? Why are you getting a venti? Just literally stop. Like, stop. I don't know. It just makes me laugh. It doesn't actually make me mad. Like, I don't care what you do. You could order literally anything. I mean, I'm gonna like silently judge you, but I'm never gonna like say anything to you, you know? Maybe I will. I don't know.
It's almost as if they think they're the only ones that are educated. Like, they're the only ones that can know anything about anything.
Men should pay on dates because it's hot. That's it. Full stop. We have lost the plot so badly when it comes to dating. It's become so sterile and transactional. And I know the common male response is, I shouldn't have to pay for her time. You do not have to do anything, just as she doesn't have to feel attracted to you. However, you're allowed to do things on a date that you don't have to do in order to create an environment that would inspire romance and attraction. So stop with this transactional language of paying for her time. That's not what this is. All this is you doing something hot on a date. That is it.
I already know that I have a perspective that a lot of people are going to disagree with, but I'm going to say it anyway. I think this advice is very applicable to the way that we used to date, but I don't think it's as applicable now. The reason I think it made sense in the past is because you were generally meeting from mutual friends, hobby groups, a place that both of you frequented a lot. So, to an extent, they were already pre-vetted. And because of this, the chance that you two would actually end up going from dating into a relationship was a lot higher than it is now. Dating apps have made it so that you could go on 100 first dates and 50 of them end up ghosting you after, 30 of them end up going to a second or third date and then flopping. What is the rest? 20 of them or whatever ends up left. You end up riddling it down to a very small amount. And let's be completely honest here, okay? The economy sucks right now. Going out and doing a bunch of things costs a lot of money. And I think a lot of women think, well, if he's going on a date with me, he should think that I'm worth it to pay for me. And that makes sense from the perspective of you two are dating, you both really like each other, there's been established commonality and rapport. But I don't think it makes as much sense in the very beginning and like the first or second date when you don't really even know each other. They're not thinking about the 50 or 100 or however many dates that guy has gone on where he pulled out all the stops for her, he paid for a very expensive dinner or drinks or wherever they went, and still the vast majority of them ghosted him or went on a couple dates and then told him that they didn't feel a spark. And I know some women are going to say, well, just because he pays, that doesn't mean that he's entitled to a romantic relationship. And I completely agree. But I also think that you can't just tell somebody that they should pay for a date, they should plan the date, take you on the date, put in all this effort to impress you, but they're not getting any reciprocity in return. I truly believe that most men would be completely fine with paying if they could be assured that the woman going on the date genuinely liked him, or at least genuinely wanted to give it a shot, that she put effort into holding a conversation, that she put effort into making him feel validated. That's another thing. Like, a lot of guys, even when they go on these dates and they pay for these dates and they do everything and they make all the conversation, a lot of women don't give those guys compliments. A big thing that I've heard from men is that women will go into dates very stoic, in interview mode, and what this woman is saying, you have to apply it across the board. So if she's saying, yeah, well, he should just do it because it's hot. He should just do it because it is a kind romantic gesture. Well, okay, then what is the kind romantic gesture that, you know, you as a woman are going to do? Are you going to tell him that his shirt looks really nice? Are you going to be flirtatious? Are you going to ask him questions and genuinely take a real active interest into his life? And I'm sure that a lot of women already do that. But my only point is that a lot of women don't. And I'm partially speaking from experience here because I'm a bi woman, and even though I can recognize that there are some things that I don't relate to because I'm not a straight man and I don't have certain expectations of masculinity and all of that stuff put on me, I relate to being on a date with a woman and feeling like they were just interviewing me. And I understand what it's like to be on a date with someone who expects you to make the move, expects you to hold the entire conversation, isn't complimenting you, isn't making you feel desired, isn't creating that flirtatious, sexy vibe, you know, the vibe that this woman is saying that she wants men to do. And I've been on a decent amount of dates where I just kind of felt like I wasted my time because it was a bad vibe. The person wasn't really putting in any effort. And to think that if I was a man, that I would be expected to pay for those dates on top of going on a date with somebody who expects me to literally do everything and isn't even showing active, genuine interest into me or my life. Yeah, I don't think that I'd feel pretty good about it. At the end of the day, dating isn't equal opportunity. Regardless of my opinion, you can have whatever preferences that you want. I do think that there are just a lot of people these days who are going into dating only thinking about what they can get from the person and not what they are actually contributing to the date or contributing to the dynamic or potential connection. So I think as long as you're thinking about that, you can have whatever preferences that you want. But that's just my opinion, so let me know yours.
These modern women are living in a fantasy world. Their idea of romance is a Disney movie, and men know that. And men are not going to continue to acquiesce to that. How come my idea of romance isn't real, but yours is? The way I see love is bare minimum. It's you settling for me when I see love a certain way. But when you see it a certain way, it is the highest standard, it's top standard. All men need to be doing this. Yeah, yeah. Can you imagine a committee of women running the world like this? With a mindset like this? It's terrifying.
Men that claim that they don't chase women are so, lame to me.
Like, I understand trying to be creative for your video, but that shit was whack as fuck. Like, that intro is no different from a Disney Channel movie where a new kid comes to a new school and he walks in class, right? And he sits down or whatever, and there's like some jocks. They're like, loser. It's like, bro, you're lame.
What do you do? What do you chase after then?
Yep, no surprise there. We should have known that was coming. Something tells me nothing in this video is going to be new information. It's just going to be a whole bunch of shit that we've already heard. And honestly, I'm really getting tired of these group thinkers. Y'all get on here and make the same exact takes that the last 900 creators made. Everything you say online is a group thought. You heard it from somewhere, you saw it in the comment section, and now you're just regurgitating it to us. Y'all refuse to come up with new material. Like, say something that's originally your own thought and be able to stand on it, despite if you receive support from people online or not.
What do you do? I'm confused. You don't chase after women, so you're either going to be with a woman that chases after you. And let's be real. Let's be so fucking for real for 1 second, if we could be anything.
Okay.
Men don't like when women chase after.
Unfortunately, I am no better than any of the emotionally unavailable men that have ever broken my heart, because I too used to be extremely emotionally unavailable. And I can now say that I truly understand why men will come back to one specific woman over and over again. Because the one that got away, it's real. And maybe I'm generalizing here. I know that men go back to women for other reasons, but I choose to believe that some of them actually are just emotionally unavailable and get afraid to commit to someone and push that person away, which is exactly what I did when I was 25 years old. So I was at my friend's wedding last night, and the best man at her wedding was actually the first man that I have ever had any sort of relationship with in my adult life. He and I met in college. He was trying to get me to give him a chance all throughout college, and I kept saying no. And then a few years after college, I finally decided to give it a go. So this man was pursuing me hard, but me being the 20-something-year-old I just viewed him as a friend, and because of that reason, I just couldn't view him as anything else. But anyways, this man saw me and still sees me to this day exactly the way that I strive to be seen by a partner. I just didn't realize it at the time. He could read me like nobody else, and I would barely even tell him.
Well, men know this. That's what they're saying. I can read you because I've been paying attention to you. You don't pay attention. No, I don't give you exactly what you want, but I do pay attention to you. I do pay attention to what you like and what you don't like, and I try to do that to the best of my ability and as my resources allow in the moment. But you know what? Salute to you for being self-aware. Most modern women are in their 40s and 50s saying the man is still the problem.
She's on the T-Dating Advice app where men are doxxed and men have been lied about.
Listen, that is an official. That's super helpful.
I'm sure it is. Guess what? Do you know how many reports of literal false information have already been applied there? Okay. So you find it helpful that there's literal false information?
If 5 or 6 girls are saying the same thing, then you know that's real.
No. Have you, dude, I've had things said about me on the internet and people dogpile. They read one little thing and then someone regurgitates it as slightly more established, and then someone regurgitates that as it's slightly more established. Then all of a sudden sees that and they're like, even though one person was like, I think Kayla may have done this one time. It gets regurgitated 5 times and then people read it as the truth. You have no idea.
You're a public figure.
No, this is what happens on the app. This app has been studied, and it's just as bad on the guy side. There's a guy set called T for her now or something.
Yeah, I've heard about
It's just as bad.
I just found out that my guy best friend has my contact name in his phone as Crosswalk. And I asked him, why is my name Crosswalk in your phone? And without hesitation or without thinking, this man goes, because everybody walks all over you and because you're for the streets. Word.
Just saw a video about the new male birth control having no side effects. Don't tell me you're on it, because there will be side effects. Every man punched right in the face. And honestly, if you get a broken nose, you should be thankful. No side effects, and they're putting y'all under local anesthetic. I literally raw dogged this IUD and was in pain for weeks. But nah, y'all get painkillers and local anesthesia. Sure! So strong, big strong man. Ugh. Don't fucking tell me that you have this. It's not even that I want men to suffer. I don't. But what do you mean they threw the pill out because 3 people had a headache? And my doctor was concerned that my bones were gonna get brittle and snap. I could have a blood clot in my lung tomorrow. But your head hurts. Oh, your head will hurt. Come here. I should preface that I am not a violent human, but like, what do you mean? They all just really hate us, huh?
I don't know why y'all do this, but y'all stay trying to make yourselves victims. It's not about you, Kenna. It's not about you.
This, what I'm talking about, bioessentialism, where we equate certain character traits or just characteristics as being essential to the two different genders or sexes, however you want to split it down the middle, that puts us in very dangerous territory, because women are capable of committing violence and men are capable of being victims. These two main things that happen when we designate men as creatures who are only capable of committing violence. One, that is actively dehumanizing them, right? So we're totally fine with like sending men off to war and like having them kill each other. There's a reason why Black men are incarcerated at such a high rate. Yes, of course it has to do with race, but it's also about gender. The murder of Emmett Till, the assumption that feminine equals victim, feminine equals prey, they fucking mastered that shit. At what point does a boy, child, become a man and then his life no longer matters to us? When we act like women are not capable of committing violence, we also excuse so much of the violence that they do end up doing. Ironically, the second thing that it does is completely counterintuitive. It excuses the men of the violent things that they do. When we say, of course men are violent, they're all cheaters, and they're all liars, what happens then when a dude cheats? You're like, oh, of course he fucking cheated, he's a fucking man, men are dogs. We start excusing the behavior of men, and we should hold them to higher account. There are people that I love and care about who are men. And I would want to think that, one, that they're capable of love and peace and creativity and emotional fragility and emotional intelligence to the same level that we expect of women. And two, that when they do fuck up, they'll fucking take accountability for it and not be like, oh, I'm a dude, I put my dick everywhere. Is that the society that we want to live in? Yeah, anyway, I'm not saying to like go run around putting yourself in harm's way, but I just think the internet is filled with so much rage bait and so much content that forces you to like pick a side. And I think we would all be better off with more compassion and critical thinking and nuance, because the world is fucking complicated and it's not going to get any better if we all think like that.
We're seeing, and I say this carefully, we're seeing that when women get out of the house, they start to do things that they didn't used to do. They start to involve themselves in things that when they were in the house, they wouldn't. They're just not a part of that. I would never even know about that because I'm in the house cooking for my kids. I'm in the house washing and cleaning and preparing my home for my husband and my family. So I have nothing to do with that. I haven't been outside. I went to the grocery store, went shopping, caught one of my friends around town. We talked for about an hour or two. We caught up. Then I came home. Oh, I went to church on Sunday. We had Sunday dinner. But I really didn't sit outside. I mean, I was outside on my porch talking to my husband. I was out in the backyard playing with my kids. But other than that, no. I took a walk this afternoon, me and my kids, right around the neighborhood. I didn't see anything. I was just minding my business. But now with modern women, it's not that they're minding their business. They're trying to get off into other stuff that they have no business getting off into. And that's why you see a rise in infidelity, a rise in cheating from women, and almost, I think it said something like catching up or the same level. They're cheating at the same level of men now. When it used to be, oh yeah, well, it never used to be like a walk-off home run. Like, oh, there's no coming back from that. But it was, okay, there's clearly a difference here. But now modern women, they're closing the gap. Oh, we don't need men. We don't do this. We don't do that. We're the higher moral or more superior gender, and then they're increasing their rates of doing the wrong things. But they continue to tell men, no, you don't see what you do actually see. You say you see us out here acting a fool. You don't see that. You say you see us out here committing crimes and being violent. You don't see that. And even when you do, it's justified that we commit those crimes and we're violent in that way. And we're out here sleeping with the person that we shouldn't be sleeping with because we didn't get love in the way that we felt like we should have received it from our cat when we were 9 years old. Foolishness.
I just ran into the one that got away. You know, the guy or the person that was perfect for you and you didn't see it and you screwed it up and ended the relationship because of your stupidity. Yeah, that is who I just saw. And let me tell you what I learned from this. So this guy was best friends with one of my family members, and I would see him at family gatherings and family events. And I always thought he was like an amazing person. And he was like the perfect guy. I mean, he was kind, he was generous, he was funny, he was smart, he was educated, he had a great sense of humor, he had a great job, and model good looks. I mean, he was like 6'2", dark hair, these green eyes. I mean, this guy was just gorgeous, right? And one day I get a call from a number that I didn't know, and it was him. And he said that he secretly got my number from my family member's phone and that he had been in love with me for years. And that he knew that if he didn't make this phone call and at least tell me and ask me out, that he would regret it for the rest of his life. That's what he said to me. And I was so excited because, I was like, oh my God, this guy is such a catch. I was so excited. So we went to lunch.
No, I don't know if this has anything to do with your gut. Anybody can see that if the man is doing too much, which is over texting, then, or excessively texting, then it's like, what do you got? What are you doing? Dude, don't you have anything to do? Go back to work. Oh, God forbid he show interest. That's you psyching yourself out and say, well, maybe I really, really liked him when you knew in the first place you shouldn't have been with him. That's not a gut reaction. That's somebody talking to you, you experiencing that person and what they do, that you've given the person a shot. Okay, let's give this relationship a shot. And then y'all start talking and then he starts to do too much. He ruins his chance. That's the end of it. It has nothing to do with the universe. It has nothing to do with passing you by and coming back. If that man would have texted you good morning every morning and you got mad at the man for texting you good morning, oh, give me some space. I don't like when men text me in the morning. Then you were like, wait a minute. Why did I do that? That was weird. He was just trying to say good morning. And, maybe start a conversation to let me know that he was thinking about me. Maybe we need to see if we can work this out. That would be one thing. But the guy was excessively texting over and over again. Y'all guys got to start look at the situation for what it is. What's happening in the situation and make a determination off that. Stop thinking, oh, my gut is always right. Oh, the universe this, the universe that. No, it's just the man showed you a red flag. Then you decided, oh, that red flag isn't important. And you decided to go back. And when you finally found out, oh, your gut was actually wrong because you went back to him. And had he not said, well, I'm already in a relationship with somebody, then you'd have been caught up. And this wouldn't have even been your story. Because you would have gladly given it a chance. And not only would you have given it a chance, you would have gone more into it. You would have gone further into it, thinking, no, he really likes me. I really like him. We can make it work. And you would have probably ended up divorced because he was doing that weird stuff. And then you would have been like, oh man, how could I not seen the red flags? You didn't see him the first time. It was only because he was in a relationship with somebody that you decided not to pursue it. But you did actually go back and pursue it.
This is your sign to not ask that man for money. Yeah, I know you're going through it. I know times are hard. I know he's been saying he got you. He's going to spoil you and all these empty promises. Don't do it. Don't do it unless you're prepared to be expected to give something up. If he really wanted to help you, he's not going to wait for you to ask. He's going to do it. and that is the true test of a provider. So whatever you do, don't ask. Wait, see, and observe his actions.
So what are y'all going to be giving up? What are y'all going to be doing in the relationship? By the time you ask him for money, you're going to be expected to do something. Imagine that. What a concept. You're expected to contribute equally to the relationship.
If we don't go together, but you keep on wanting to passionately put me through the mattress, and I just decide to one day crash out and whoop your ass, whoop-de-doo. No, whoop-de-fucking-do. That's what you get. You shouldn't be putting nobody through the mattress that you don't go with. That's on you.
I don't mess with guys who don't eat kitty kitty meow meow, because one time I went out with this guy who was a promoter, and he was like, hey, I want to take you out on a date. And I was like, cool, that's what's up. So I had him meet me at the Jaspers in Largo, because I don't like people trying to come to my house because I'm a thief. And so he met me at Jaspers, and when we go to Jaspers, I was like, okay, where do you want to go? And he was like, oh, I want to go to the spot in College Park. So we go to College Park, and the spot is really his house. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't mind it, because I'm ovulating and I'm feeling like a dog at this point. So we get into his room, and, you know, we're chilling, we're touching and everything like that. So I lean back so he can start eating kitty kitty meow meow. And he was like, oh, no, I don't do that unless you're my girl. So I'm instantly turned off and I'm annoyed. So I'm like, yeah, I want to go home. And he's like, oh, all right, like, hold on. And he goes into the next room. And then when I look to my right, I peep that there's a whole bunch of money, because he's a little fake promoter. So I decide to take a stack of money that's off the top, put in my purse, and I just leave his apartment, and I start booking it, because the apartment, the way it was shaped, the building, the way it was shaped, it was like it was locked unless somebody let you down or whatever. But I took the steps and then somebody let me out. So then I started booking it all the way to a hotel that was like up at the corner. And then I called an Uber from there, and I got home, and then he texted me and was like, oh, you're wild for that, for leaving. And then he texted me a little bit later and was like, hey, did you take some money from my house? And I didn't say anything. And he was like, oh, I'm gonna just check the cameras. So then I blocked him, and then he texted me from a text now number, and he was like, you just told on yourself. I don't even have cameras, but that's how I know you did it, and that's why I'm gonna get somebody to come F you up. But I was like, find me. And I knew he wasn't gonna be able to find me. So then 2 weeks later, I go on a new date, and I have the guy meet me at Jaspers, and he was like, yeah, we're gonna go to this cute little quick kickback. We go to the kickback, and then lo and behold, he knows the guy, or they're in the same circle. So the little promoter is there, and so he starts spazzing on me or whatever. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like acting like I don't know this guy. I'm like, someone please get this black guy away from me. I'm so scared. You know, I'm trying to pull the whole light skin in distress type situation, and it totally worked, because the guy I was with was like, oh, he tripping. So the dude grabs my purse, but lo and behold, that was my favorite rainbow purse, and it had nothing but my rainbow lip gloss and an ID that was expired. And so he's just like, yeah, like he just snatched the purse thinking I would have money in it, but I never carry money when I go on a date, because why would I? So I'm just crying, and I'm like, let's leave. So I get the guy to leave, and he's like, what was that about? And I was like, that's the guy that's been stalking me, and I'm so upset because I had my money in there. You remember I was supposed to go to the bank? So I'm trying to like low-key gaslight this man and make him remember that I told him I needed to go to the bank before I date, which I did say that, but I had already went to the bank. So he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh my God, I need that money for my son. I can't believe he has that. Can you go back and fight on my honor? So the guy was low-key a scary person. So he was like, nah, but he was like, you know what? I'm gonna help you out. So he goes to the ATM.
If you continue doing this because your dating is in so close of a everything's in such a close proximity, this is the first time you ran into the same person, and then you're gonna run into the same person and run into the same person. Who's to say that you might not run into all of those guys at once? Oh, well, I don't have any money, so you really can't take anything from me. Let me just say this. You're playing a dangerous game. A game that you probably want to stop playing immediately.